Oh, hi. Today we're going to have a look at a interesting tile placement game called Citrus, which, thanks to Rado and his run through, I had my eye on for quite some time, but I've only just been able to get hold of. In Citrus, you play an orchard owner growing various fruit trees, orchids probably, and you score points by surrounding fincas, farmyards or whatever, by trees of your colour. Once the finca's surrounded and scored, you score a bigger number for having the most control over the finca, and then whoever's got second place gets the lower amount of points. You can also score points by using bonus tiles. Anyway, enough blathering on, let's actually have a look at it on the table, see how it plays. So here's the board set up, and at the start of the game you'll take a random finca and farmhouse from the supply here and place them on A, B, C and D on the board out here, which, there we go. So out here, A, B, C and D, and then you'll take from the pile of random building sites. Each one has a letter on the bottom there, and you'll put one of those on the board, so that's where the next ones will be built. You'll also, on each bit of landscape here, scatter a random bonus tile. So this horse is worth 4 points at the end of the game, and this one here would get you 2 coins, and they're all filled out across the board. And then each player has their own player board, which I just chucked all over the floor. And I'll have 5 workers, cute little hats on them, and 6 coins marked by this on the track here. Now during your turn you can do 2 things. You can either buy a row from here. So for example, if you wanted to buy this row and it costs 3, that row would cost 2, that would cost 3, that would cost 4, that would cost 4, so on. Once you've bought a row, take your money down, so that would cost me 3. You then place it, and the rules are that out of the 4 crossroads that come out of the finca, you can only have 1 colour. So I couldn't put another yellow here. So that was a yellow there, that was a yellow there, that's not going to happen. But I can build outwards, so let's say I put a yellow here and a yellow here. That would get me the bonus point tile at the end. And I put the red, let's say, there. And then I have to put a worker on each orchid I've built. And then the play would pass over to the next player. Now, at some point in the game, you are going to be out of money on your board here, so the other action is harvest. So if I bring 1 or more men off, I would score 1 point for that, and 2 points for this one because it has a well. So that would give me 2 points. And then I would get on the player board the amount of money marked by where my workers are. So if I was to bring it back there, I would get 7 coins. That's marked by the 7 next to here, and move up. You can never get more than 12 coins, so if you do that and it goes over 12, the rest are just wasted. When the market board down here gets down to less than 3 or less tiles left, the game pauses, and we will take a farmhouse and we will put it on the next lowest tile. So let's say this was there. I would then put that thinker there, and then we'd put another one of these randomly drawn tiles out, and that's where the next one would go. So in the realm of the overly complicated Euro, Citrus stands out as a refreshing game. It isn't Madeira, it isn't a heavy Euro called Sven, but as a 2-player game, and I've only played it 2-player so far, it is joyously wonderful. It's so simple. You buy some tiles, put them down, or you harvest. But the trouble is, harvesting, you've got to watch that you don't get the minority of workers surrounding one of these. Because if you do, then you're going to get the lower point. So you're always trying to get the most workers around a thinker. And you've also got to think later on about colour combinations, because your orchard thing, your fruit tree farm, I can't say that word, can't go into a neutral one if that neutral farm is bigger than yours. Now you can cross over with the bridge tile, as seen here, but again, you might not have one of those, and the board really does fill up, because the game ends when all the tiles are put down, and there's a lot of tiles on that board. There's, on the other side of the board, there's a shorter version which has less farmhouses in it, so it takes less time to play. But to be honest, it doesn't take long to play 2 with the full game, so I don't know, I like it. It's hard to get hold of. If you can get hold of it, I suggest you do it. And special thanks goes to @Rihanna on Twitter, because she's the one that sort of, in combination with Richard Ham of Rado Run Through, lured me into desperately seeking this game, and I'm glad I found it. Anyway, that's it. Ta-da for now.